Hey there, welcome back, buddy. In this video, we are going to learn what is Web-to-Lead functionality in Salesforce, like how it functions, how you can prettify your Web-to-Lead form, how easily your Web-to-Lead form can be hacked to push the spam leads into your Salesforce, how you can protect yourself from the spam leads by including the reCAPTCHA verification in a Web-to-Lead form. Everything we can cover in this video itself. Let's get started. Now, what actually is Web-to-Lead form? So, in the websites, most probably you would have noticed there will be a section known as Contact Me section. So, businesses who are using Salesforce as their CRM mostly would have configured Web-to-Lead form. So, once you're submitting your information over here, at the back end in the Salesforce, a lead record will be created. Currently, you can see there was no lead created in the system. Let me submit my details and demonstrate to you how the lead is getting created in the Salesforce. So for that, let me just fill up the basic information. Okay. And let me click on send message. Okay, it's required, it seems. Okay. Send message. And you can see in the URL, it is redirecting to my Web-to-Lead form first. Now what's happening at the back end is nothing but a lead is getting created in the Salesforce. Now let me go back to the Salesforce. Let me refresh it once. And here you can see a lead has been created in the Salesforce. So this is how Web-to-Lead functions. Now let's see how to create Web-to-Lead form inside the Salesforce. For that, navigate to the setup and search for Web-to-Lead. So here select the Web-to-Lead option. First click on edit. First you have to enable the Web-to-Lead, and we can see about the require reCAPTCHA verification later in this video itself. And also you can select the default owner of the lead which is getting created via Web-to-Lead functionality. Currently my name is selected as a default lead creator, and here you can see we just created a lead, right? And the owner of this particular lead is myself. Let me just click on save, and in order to get the code snippet, click on this create Web-to-Lead form, and you can select what are the information that you're going to collect from the end user. For now, I just wanted to collect the first name, last name, email, and the company. And here you have to specify the return URL. Post submission of the form, where should the user be redirected? So for now, let me just give it like google.com. For now, I'm disabling this reCAPTCHA option and I'm generating the Web-to-Lead form. We got a code snippet, copy that, open your notepad, paste it, and save it as, let's say, web2lead.html. Save it in the HTML format. Select all files in the save as type, and you can save your form. Now let's test our Web-to-Lead form. So for that, let me just open up the file which we just saved now. As we have saved it in the .html format, you'll be seeing this Chrome icon. Now let me submit one dummy lead information. Submit. So you can see it has been redirected to the google.com. So that's the purpose of giving the return URL over there when we are configuring the Web-to-Lead form. Now let me just go back to the Salesforce and check whether the lead has been created or not. And here you can see test lead has been created, and wherever the field is required but end user haven't provided any information, Salesforce by default will be populating with not provided value. Okay. Awesome. But currently we can see that our Web-to-Lead form is not that pretty. This cannot be directly embedded in our website, right? So some styling needs to be added for this particular form. You no need to sit and write each and every line of CSS, that too especially in this AI era. So I do have created a prompt using which you can beautify your Web-to-Lead form. So the prompt will be given in the description for you to refer. So I prefer Claude AI for the UI modifications and all. I'm just copy pasting the prompt which I just created, and I'm giving my Web-to-Lead code as well. Okay. Awesome. We just got our form prettified within a span of minute. Now let me just copy paste the code which is given by the Claude AI in my notepad. So I'm going to replace the code. Let me save it again. Going back to this particular Web-to-Lead form, let me refresh the page. And awesome. Here you can see our UI has been completely transformed within a minute by using Claude. Now let me just submit one particular information to test whether the Web-to-Lead form is working as expected. I just submitted one particular lead. Let me come back to Salesforce and check whether the lead has been captured or not. And yes, the lead has been captured successfully. Now let's see what happens behind the scene when users click on the submit button in the web to lead form and how lead is getting created in the Salesforce. So basically this is the code which is getting generated right automatically. Here you can see there is a submit button. So when user clicks on the submit button, all the information which is filled over here will be passed on to the URL which is specified in the action attribute of the form tag. So here you can see there is a URL specified, right? To this URL, all this information will be pushed, okay? But if you're wondering how a lead is getting created in our instance, so that is where you have to concentrate on this particular tag. So here you can see the name is OID, which is nothing but org ID, and the value which is specified over here is nothing but your organization ID. This ID you can find it in your company information, okay? And just below that, you can also see the return URL, which is nothing but where the user should be redirected once after the form submission. Now let me just demonstrate it to you how the informations are getting passed to that web2lead URL when you're clicking on the submit button. For that, let me just open the inspect element, Control Shift I. You'll be opening up your inspect element, and here I'm selecting the network tab. Okay. So for now, I'm just giving demo1 as the first name. Let me hit the send message button. Here you can see a request has been sent. Okay, due to the return URL, it's just collapsing. Let me just remove the return URL quickly. So here in the web to lead form, I'm removing this return URL. Let me save it. Okay, let me go back one step. Let me refresh the page once. Okay, now let me submit one another lead again. So let me clear the network activities. So test 2, I'm clicking on send message. Here you can see there is a request made. So in the header you can see the URL is which is specified in the action attribute, and here in the payload you can see all the information which is filled in the form is getting passed in the payload. So this is what happens at the backend when user is clicking on the submit button in the web to lead form. Now comes an important question. How safe is your web to lead form? Actually, the URL which is specified over here in the web to lead form is an open URL, which means that you doesn't need any authentication to access that particular URL. If you're just having that URL, you can easily spam your Salesforce with dummy leads. I just created a sample JavaScript code using which we are going to spam our Salesforce with dummy leads. Please note that this is only for the educational purpose. So let me just copy this particular code which I already created. I am opening up a notepad, paste it, and I'm saving it. web2lead.html. Okay. And I'm selecting all files as a save as type, and I'm saving it. Fine. Now one step that I have to do here is that I have to replace the organization ID over here. So you can easily get the organization ID by just inspecting. So let me open the inspect element by clicking on Control Shift I, and just click on this cursor icon and click on your form. So if you're expanding this particular div, you'll be getting your form tag, and here you can get your organization ID. So let me copy the organization ID and replace it over on the notepad. Okay, let me just replace it, and I'm saving it. Fine. Now let me open this particular file, which is spam web to lead. It is over here. Let me open it, and here it is asking for the spam lead name. Let me just give it as demo spam. Okay, and I'm generating 20 dummy leads. Generate dummy leads. It was attempted, it seems. Now going back to the Salesforce, and here I can see, and here you can see the dummy spam leads have been generated. So this is how someone can easily hijack your web to lead form and spam your Salesforce with the dummy leads. Now what is the solution for this? The one solution that you can prefer is that including the reCAPTCHA. So in the web to lead form, click on edit and enable this particular option, require reCAPTCHA verification. Okay, and I'm saving it. And when you are generating the web to lead form, here you have to map your reCAPTCHA API key pair. Okay, for that let me select on search. Let me create one new API key pair. For example, web to lead Okay, here it is asking for site key and secret. So basically these values will be provided by the reCAPTCHA service provider. So just to demonstrate, let me show you how to generate those keys. For that, search for Google reCAPTCHA and select the first option. Click on get started. Again click on get started. And here just provide some label. Here again I'm providing like web to lead. And now it is asking for whether it is v3 or version 2. So let me select the version 2 itself. And here it is asking under which domain you are going to place your web to lead form. For example, I'm just giving like abc.com and I'm submitting the reCAPTCHA request. And here you can see I got the site key as well as the secret key. Let me just copy both of them. Going back to the web to lead form, let me cancel this and I'm going to create one new API key. Okay, web to lead, and this is the secret and this is the key. Let me save it and let the redirect URL be the google.com itself, and I am generating the web to lead form. And here you can see that additional JavaScript will be included to verify the reCAPTCHA. For now, let me copy and I'm saving it in the notepad. Make sure to have .html extension and save it. Now let me open up the saved web to lead form, this one. And here you can see I'm getting an error for site owner, invalid domain for site key. What is this error meant? Because when we are submitting the reCAPTCHA, we mentioned the domain as abc.com, but now we are trying to access the reCAPTCHA in our local host, right? So that's the reason we are getting this error. But in real time, we know where we'll be placing this particular web to lead form, and we can configure that particular domain over here in this domain list. By doing so, we won't be getting this particular error. So now that we have enabled this particular option, which is require reCAPTCHA verification, let's try to push some of the dummy leads again and test whether the dummy leads are getting created in the Salesforce or not. For that, let me just open up the HTML file which we just saved, which is spam web to lead. Okay, here I'm giving the name as like dummy and I'm trying to generate the dummy leads. Okay, the attempt was successful. Now let me go back to Salesforce and refresh here to check whether the dummy leads have been generated or not. So here I can say before also it is 25 items and now also it is 25 items only, which means that by enabling this particular option, we successfully prevented the spam leads are getting populated in the Salesforce instance. So finally, these are the key considerations that we have to keep in mind before implementing the web to lead functionality. The first key consideration is that maximum of 500 leads can be created within 24-hour period using the web to lead functionality. If this particular limitation is exceeded, right, the default owner will be receiving an email with the lead details, and not only that, Salesforce will be queuing those exceeded requests, which is maximum of 50,000 requests it will be queuing, and it will be processing it later. And the next key consideration is that by default the reCAPTCHA will be disabled. Make sure to enable them to prevent the spam leads are coming into the Salesforce instance. And not only that, we don't have any drag and drop builder for the web to lead functionality. We will just get the plain HTML and we have to further style it using the CSS. And there is no file upload support in the web to lead form. And also we can configure the default lead owner in the web to lead setting. And yes, that's it for this video. See you next video. Thank you. Bye bye.